Alright everyone, Skoggle again, bringing you another matchups game. Our matchup is specifically Sejuani in the jungle versus the Xin Zhao in the jungle. And they're able to get in and invade the top side of the jungle, get a ward down, and they're not spotted. So she's just going to counter jungle. This is always, not necessarily always, this is a good idea if you don't get spotted. So if they don't know what you're doing, you can really put a hurt on the early game jungle, which can snowball every lane. This game, I think a lot of why it's won for blue team is just because of this early jungle invade. They're able to have a lot of shutdown on a Xin Zhao, which makes his presence in other lanes not as good, and really puts the hurt on the other team in general. So not only did they invade, but they had the confidence to do so without smite. So smiteless red steel, and already a good start for our Sejuani here. Sejuani brings a lot of CC to the table and brings just a lot for her team in general, just because of her tankiness and her CC. Pantheon gets a kill top. That's always going to be helpful. And Pantheon is one of those, if you haven't seen the matchup and you don't know what to do run against Kayle, always consider Pantheon. So we're looking, she has just the 3 AP, so that's just probably from Masteries. 50 armor, starts Hunter's Machete, 65 AD, and 355 movement speed. So I don't know exactly what our bases are, but you could always try to make your Sejuani look like that. Play around within customs till you have the right runes, if this is how you want to, this is the style you want to run. So double buffs and red buff available. Xin Zhao, you can see him in the ward. He's probably sad right now. Only one thing, Yorick's pushing a lot, so it's going to be hard to gank for Yorick mid because he pushes so hard that he's going to be out of position a lot. But Xin Zhao's likely going to be ganking mid if it's pushed that hard, and she's able to catch him just due to the fact that if I were Xin Zhao, I'd probably gank mid type of thinking. And unfortunately, Xin Zhao barely gets away. She can't dive because she's so low hit points. So right there, as badly as you want the kill, there's not a lot you can do, because if you would shoot a dash through the wall, she might have been able to hit him and flash out, but Rise could have probably finished her off or something. It's just going to give away a kill, and you're not guaranteed a kill. If you're guaranteed a kill, you might be worth it for the chance you make it out. But if you're not guaranteed a kill on an action, you don't want to take the risk usually. So running back out, we're Sejuani, and that early invade has really set Xin Zhao behind, and now Sejuani has her own red buff, which is going to be more experience. You at least, because she guarded the side she went to, he wasn't able to steal red, because you have a ward for if he would have invaded the other side and steal it away and even it out, and she was guarding the other side by physically being there, so kind of makes it safer. If you pull in the bush, your smite's going to be, or it's less chance they're going to smite steal you. And just want to always be counter ganking or ganking. You kind of just want to be in position for whatever your team needs, or be aggressively trying to take their jungle. If you can't be ganking, you can be, or counter ganking, you could always be trying to take their jungle. So Xin Zhao just gets extremely outplayed right there. Like that was just a good play by Pantheon right there. And Xin Zhao's been counter jungled, so he's not as strong. Had Xin Zhao been stronger, he probably would have killed Pantheon, or at least traded. So here, Sejuani's going to push to the lane so Pantheon can back. He's low life. Get some free damage to the tower, which lets a roamer like Pantheon really do his thing, because you can return a tower, you can trade a tower if she takes a tower while she roams. So by pushing that wave extra hard past the tower, not in a lot of danger because she's higher level than Kayle, but what that did is it spent more time that Kayle was away from the lane. So Kayle lost more creeps to the tower, didn't even get XP for it. And then it allowed Pantheon to roam and gank bottom. And then she can just soak up more experience because he's going to be a minute before he gets back because he's clear bottom. So he has to back and then run out. So she can just feel free to soak up experience and gold. And that's something you might want to communicate. If you have a TF or a Pantheon and bottom's probably warded, but people like TF, Pantheon, or Teleport Sins, they can gank that lane possibly better than you can as a jungler. So go ahead and trade some lane experience for some good ganks that you might not be able to pull off. You can do it in all sorts of ways. So just be creative. You can come up with, I could come up with scenarios, but I'm sure you can too. So just be creative when you do stuff like that. So she brings more to a gank than Xin does, and that's saying something just because Xin Zhao, that's just my opinion. Xin Zhao does a lot of damage and does have the pop-up, but she has so many slows and so much CC that she can keep someone locked down for a while. And here she's just soaking up experience again. She needs, if you are against Xin Zhao, you cannot get behind him in levels. So Xin Zhao right now is not 6 yet. So because she was able to get some solo top lane experience and steal away mid and be doing what she's been doing, she's gonna be fairly safe to stay aggressive. And this is just knowing your timers. If you took their red buff, time their red buff, come back up as red buff spawns, Jiping got the attention of Pantheon and just pulls it to the brush to be safe. She has smite of it. You want to give it away to your top laner, but not if their jungler's there and can smite it away. If their jungler's not there, and then they caught him in a ward, and so he's pretty much dead. You can just see, even though he knocks Pantheon away, Sejuani just kind of keeps him in place with all that CC. So if Kayle comes, she could probably kite while Pantheon killed Kayle, and York cut off Rise because he was doing well in his lane. So very good teamwork. I'm going to speed up. So at this point, Sejuani's sitting at 001. That was her first assist, 47 to 35 CS because of the counter invade, and she's up a little bit in experience. Xin Zhao's now 6 as well. So now would be a bad time to duel him one-on-one, but if she has teammates, she brings a lot to help them out. So Giant's Belt early, just a great item, builds into so much. You can get something like a Sunfire Cape, and then you can clear lanes, push, do all sorts of things. Pantheon ganked mid for you, so just keep farming away. Be ready to cover his tower so that he can make a difference. If you have someone on your team making plays, be willing to run around and cover their lane for them. So yeah, you'll want to be, if your mid laner is being aggressive, can get more CS from your jungle, you could give it up and just try to invade more. Just ask, if you give up camps to your mid, maybe just ask your mid to or to top or bottom or whatever, just ask them to support you when you counter jungle. Just have them be like, hey, you're getting ahead, so just be ready to protect me if I do invade. That kind of communication can win games. So far no towers down. We'll go probably till mid's down or something, not too long into this game, because at this point all the lanes are winning. Your job is to counter jungle and counter gank, because where's Xin Zhao gonna go, or where could you go? You've got your, every time your ultimate's up, you do want to be creating and ganking. You can just see how strong that ultimate is. Just another free kill just because of the Sejuani ultimate. So if at this point you could just be ganking when your ult's up, or when an opportunity is there, or counter ganking if you're pretty sure something's coming and you want to be stealing away the enemy jungle as often as you can. There's nothing there, but it was definitely worth the attempt. Anything you can do to shut down Xin Zhao while your lanes are winning puts that much more pressure on the map. So Pantheon's extended, so it's very likely that they could be trying to do something, and even without Sejuani, your team's taken dragon, so you can just keep this pressure up top where they have no choice. There's the CC, tank out the tower with Sejuani. She's going to die for it just because everyone happened to be coming top to protect that, but Pantheon, I mean, you picked up the kill, the 1 kill, and Pantheon's caught too, but you have a lot of pressure. Free dragon, they can put with Lulu top, they basically can just take bottom if they want to. Your team's response to that with mid, with your support, it took 4 people top to stop them from getting a second tower, and that just lets you do anything you want on the rest of the map. So I'll probably just end there. I think the laning phase pretty much is over, and hopefully you were able to learn something. Take care.